Hello, 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 everybody. This is Danietta Green coming to you again. And tonight I wanted to do a video about. Okay, sorry. I wanted to make sure my phone didn't go off while I was doing this video. But tonight I wanted to do a video on something that I typically hear a lot of when I am hiring other work from home agents. And the thing that I always hear is, what does it take to be successful with Daily Money Team, DMT? And you got to look at that as number one. I can tell you what the average newbie um, income per week will be, and I can tell you what the average veteran uh, per week income will be. The difference between you and the next person and whoever else is your work ethic. And what are you willing to do? How are you willing to be consistent? Are you willing to be disciplined? Are you willing to do all those things that it takes to be successful? So what does it take to be successful? Number one, you gotta have belief. You gotta have belief in what you're doing. So if you are working at a job and you believe that, I don't know, you believe in the mission of the organization, right? And I have a nonprofit background. So a lot of the times that with nonprofit organizations, you will have where the mission is to, I don't know, feed 1,000 families a week. The mission may be to buy school supplies for 500 kids, in the neighborhood. I don't know. But the first thing is you've got to have belief in whatever it is that you're doing, because without the belief, it's almost like you're performing, but you're not performing at your highest peak. So that's number one. Number two is, once you have that belief, now you have to put forth some type of action. And I like to tell people, it's not just action that you want to do. You have to, and one of my mentors, Tracy Walker, she talks about, it's not just practice make perfect, it's perfect practice make perfect. Because you don't want to, if your technique is off, if your strategy is off, then your results will be off. So you've got to take not only massive action, but you have to take targeted massive action. So if this is something that you want to do, then what's your target? Where are you aiming at? What are you going after? Then once you know that, that's when you can hit the ground running and you can take massive action. So the first thing, or not thing, you shouldn't say thing, huh? The first way to be successful is to to have belief factor, right? So you got to believe in what you're doing. And then the second thing is to have targeted massive action. And then lastly, you have to stay consistent. And even with staying consistent, sometimes it can be hard because you may not see results in what you're doing right away. And the thing about being consistent is you got to have tunnel vision almost. You've got to have tunnel vision to the point that no matter what is going on the sidelines, so you may hear about people making $200 days, $5,000 days, whatever amount of money days, you may hear people talking about it. And all the while, you haven't had those results yet. You haven't had any results yet. And what can happen is you become discouraged. You're like, oh, this doesn't work. They have some type of secret strategy that I don't know about. They're doing something else that gives them the heads up. And that's not the case at all. The case is that they had to do these steps as well in order to be successful. And they could have been doing it. They've been tweaking here and there, and, those things that don't work, getting rid of it, and the things that are working, doing them a little bit more, scaling up. So you're probably at what their beginning stage was, and the only thing that you see is now the stage of where they're seeing a lot of results. And you'll get there, but you've got to take time to get there. You have to take steps, and we're such a microwave. Um, industry was, well, society, I shouldn't say industry, but we're such a microwave society where we want everything handed to us or we want it overnight. But that's not necessarily the way that this works. You have to put in work. And is it work that's better than working for somebody else? Yes, it is. I mean, because I never want to ask for time off when it comes to my kids. If my kids are not feeling good that day, if my kids want to go to a function, if my kids want to participate in something, I don't want to have to go to a boss and say, well, can I get time off? And what happens when you run out of time to take off? Then either you don't get paid or you have to go into work. So you have to decide for yourself what you want. And I should have said that as a step two. Well, yeah, you got to decide for yourself what it is that you want. What are you willing to do? You know, what is that saying? Do what others won't do so you can have what others won't have, something like that. I don't know. But that statement is so true. You have to do what others will not do, but they'll get up and go to work. You know, and again, I'm not knocking somebody who absolutely loves their job. The thing is, you got to feel good. And I heard this through somebody, I was listening to something. You've got to feel good about what it is that you do. You can't just do it as if you're a robot because, I mean, like, what fun is that? What quality? There's no quality in that. So, those are my steps to being successful. Know what you want, right? Know exactly what it is that you want to accomplish. Without a shadow of a doubt, this is what I want, hands down. You got to have a belief in whatever it is that, whatever vehicle that you're using to get to what you want. Not only that, but ultimately, you got to have a belief in yourself. You believe in yourself and whatever higher power that you can do this. There is nothing different from you and the next person except for commitment, I mean, and tenacity and all that good stuff. But you, the person, there's nothing wrong with you to keep you from obtaining your goals. So know what you want to do, have a belief factor, take targeted massive action, and then lastly, stay committed. Stay persistent, stay committed. It's almost like a rinse and repeat. So those are my tips when you're looking at partnering with me for with Daily Money Team, and actually coming on board and doing what we do and doing the things that we enjoy that allow us to really have a quality life. So that's it for tonight. I will shoot another video, I don't know, the next day. All right, guys, you guys have a great night, and remember, you can do this. All right, bye.